Hello, my friends, hello, and welcome once again to Stately Von Manor, and we're doing a tag today, because it's Tag Thursday. It's Thursday when you do tags, right? Sure it is. Okay, we're doing a tag today, and we're doing a tag by Reading This Life. It was an original tag created by Reading This Life that is based off a video that was done by CriminOlly, a really good video by CriminOlly. I saw it. And so this tag is based off his video, and the tag is called The Perfect Book Tag. About what's your perfect book? Your perfect book, what would it be? The perfect book tag. Okay, let's find out what my perfect book would be. How exciting. Okay, question one. We'll go right into the tag. I've got my glowing tablet here. Gives me the eerie glow. Okay, question one. What format is your perfect book? Hardback, paperback, or even e-format? Now this question is more complicated than it at first appears. It seems to suggest that it doesn't matter what kind of book it is. What is your perfect format for a book? But of course, if it's a physical book, it entirely depends on what kind of book it is. I will give examples. Okay, let's say that the book is Dracula. This is the perfect format for Dracula. A big, ostentatious, hardcover, leather-bound or fake leather-bound book. This one is real, I think. And with the nice illustrations in here, this creepy old Grandpa Dracula there. Yeah, with the cool, creepy font there, and I love the way it's laid out. So this big, leather-bound, fancy pants, hardback book is my perfect book if I'm reading Dracula. If I'm reading Dracula, what if I'm reading some cheap old science fiction novel? What if I'm reading science fiction? Would it be the same? No, it would be this. It would be a paperback. If you're reading science fiction in a physical book, it must be this. It must be a mass market paperback. It could be something else, of course. But if you're reading science fiction, for me, I love old mass market science fiction paperbacks. Everybody knows this. I love vintage science fiction. So if I'm reading science fiction, this. Okay, that goes the same for Westerns, by the way. Westerns, also, paperback. Has to be if you're reading a Western. What if you're reading Sherlock Holmes? If you're reading Sherlock Holmes, this is the best. Again, this one is pretend leather. I don't think this is really, they really killed an animal for this, thank goodness. But this is pretend leather, I think. This is Sherlock Holmes. Why? Why is the perfect book? This is the perfect format for Sherlock Holmes? Because this reprints the very edition that I first read Sherlock Holmes in. So it's big, has all the Sherlock Holmes. All the chapter headings are small. Everything's really small in this. And that's fine. That's the way it should be. This is my perfect book. If I'm reading Sherlock Holmes. What if I'm reading H.P. Lovecraft? Well, then this is perfect. This is Arkham House. This is the way to read H.P. Lovecraft. Look, there's H.P. Lovecraft now. Look at the creepy font that is used at the beginning of every story and novel. It's got the creepy font. This is actually how I first read H.P. Lovecraft, was in this Arkham House set. That could have something to do with why I think this is my perfect book for H.P. Lovecraft. And now you're saying, Mike, God damn it, you're missing the point. We're asking you if you're just reading any old book. Okay, let's just say I'm just picking up, I just want to read something. Any kind of book. What would it be? What's the perfect? What would make the reading experience the best? this glowy thing. I know this is a glowy Kindle. I know what you're saying now, some of you. Some of you out there are like, no, no, not that. It is the work of the devil, the devil. No, it's not. I know some people hate these. You know, they hate the glowy Kindles. I'll turn off the glow now. They hate these. And it doesn't have to be a Kindle. It could be a Kobo, you know. But for me, if I'm going to read something and it doesn't matter what it is, I just reach for this. This is what, because I read everything on this if I have it on here. Like if I have a physical copy, no matter what kind of physical copy it is of a book, and I also have it in here for whatever reason, I'm reading it off this because the reading experience is smooth and easy. This thing's lighter than most books. Very importantly, I could drink coffee easily while holding this with one hand. That's very important. And also, I read a lot either at the beginning of my shift at work or on a break at work. And so this fits right into my work bag. So, I mean, this is just the easiest way to read. You can adjust the font. You could do all that fancy pants stuff on here. It's just easy. This is a scientific marvel. And most people, I think, who read, at least I've seen on BookTube, do both, you know, so I'm not unusual in that regard. But yeah, if I'm going to read something, just the easy formatting on here is just, you could lose yourself in a book very easily on an e-reader, I find, and often easier than if you're using a physical book. I went on at length for that first question. My goodness, I'll try to be quicker on the rest of them. Number 2, how many pages is your perfect book? It depends on the book. It really does. I really don't care how long the book is. I don't care. It could be 100 pages long, you know, if it's like The Time Machine or something, or if it's a massive novel, it could be 1,000 pages long. It doesn't matter. You know, it just depends on the book. Number 3. Also, are you particular about where the chapters begin or how the chapters begin? Are you particular as to where the chapters begin? No. To all of those questions, no. I don't really care. Doesn't, as long as it says chapter, whatever, I'm good, man. I'm good. I don't care. Are you particular as to where the page numbers are located? No, as long as it has them. You know, I assume it's going to be at the top, the bottom, or the side. If it's on any of those places, I'll see it and I'll be fine with it. You know, that's fine. I'd like books to look different. You know, I wouldn't want all the books to be the same, you know. But anyway, I digress. Number 4, favorite font. Do you check to see the font details if available? No. No, I'm not really particular about the font as long as it's easy to read, you know? If it's some weird, goofy font, nah. But usually publishers take that into account. So, no, I don't really have a favorite font, I don't think. Do margins matter to you? Yes, you want, you know, a fair margin. You know, margins do matter. You don't want the text to go like all the way to the edge of the book because that looks weird. You know, a fair margin would be good. Number 6, does your perfect book have any other unique features that make it perfect? I think to be a perfect book, to be perfect, you would need a really good illustrator to do good illustrations. I happen to think that more books should be illustrated. And not enough new books have illustrations. I just like them. I think they make books nicer if they have illustrations here and there. You know, I read a lot of classics, and a lot of classic books have that. They have illustrations in it, and I always think that's an extra nice feature to have in a book. So illustrations, I think, would make it more perfect. Okay, number 7. Show us the cover. What do you find perfect about it? Okay, so I have to find a cover that is perfect. Very few covers are perfect. But I came up with one that I like an awful lot. Now, it's true I have sentimental reasons for this, but I also think it's kind of perfect. So to be a perfect cover, it has to be a sharp, snazzy cover, and it has to fit the book. It has to be perfect for the book. And so, of course, I'm thinking of this cover for Dracula. Now, this is a simple cover for Dracula, but it's very evocative. And whenever I think of Dracula, I think of this cover, because this right here in my hands is the very first edition of Dracula that I ever read. It's not the perfect edition of Dracula, I just showed you that, but it's awful close. It's awful close, because this is the first adult book I read, guys, right here in my hand. And I've always thought that this cover was perfect for this book. So yeah, there you go. It's rare. Most covers aren't perfect, but for me, this book. Oh, there's another book I'm thinking of. Hold on. There was another cover I was thinking of, and that's this one. This is a Princess of Mars. This is the Frank Frazetta cover for Princess of Mars, which could be the perfect cover. This could be the perfect cover because it's everything I was just saying. It fits the book perfectly. It's a perfect representation of the story inside the book. And it's beautiful because it's done by Frank Frazetta. So this, probably even more than the Dracula, to me, would be the perfect cover for a book. And I actually like this. This is a hardcover book, a book club edition, and it has those things I was talking about. It has chapter headings just like in the middle of the page here and there, which I know some people don't like, but I don't care. But it also has illustrations in the book. Not many, but it does have them, and they're by Frank Frazetta, so I won't be able to find them if I look for them. But, you know, look at that cover. Damn, that's a good cover right there. So now all that's left is to tag some folks. Okay. Now, I didn't check to see who was tagged, or at least I forgot who was tagged. I don't know if Book Time with Ryan was tagged. Probably. I'm assuming he's probably tagged already. Heck, he might have even done the video and I didn't see. But I'm going to tag Book Time with Ryan anyway, because that channel is fantastic. It is absolutely one of the best BookTube channels you will ever see. Book Time with Ryan. I'm also going to tag Peter, the book lover. Again, you've probably already been tagged. I'm going to tag you again anyway. And I'm going to tag Tome Raider, because Tome Raider has recently made her triumphant return to BookTube. So Tome Raider, you don't feel like you have to do the tag, but you know, definitely check out Tome Raider. So tag, guys. Okay. That was my perfect book tag. I will catch you tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, unless something goes wrong. I'll catch you tomorrow when we take a journey to the Tower of the Elephant. Okay, guys, I will catch you next time.